In this episode, our Mythbusters Jamie Heineman and Adam Savage begin to tackle myths of the church. And the myth for today, the church is a building.
Okay, Adam, what myth do we have here today?
Well, Jamie, you hear it all the time. I'm going to church, I'll meet you at the church, but is the church really a building?
Interesting. I like it. How do you suppose we debunk this one?
Well, let's see. I suppose we can start off by finding some churches and seeing if they're buildings.
Sounds good. Let's get to it.
All right? And it's a church. Definitely a church.
Definitely. Well, you know, we've looked around town here and we found quite a number of buildings that identify themselves as churches.
Yes, we did. Although they do come in various different shapes and sizes, they do all seem to be buildings.
Okay. Well, why don't we ramp this up just a little bit more Mythbuster style?
Sounds good to me.
You know, I was looking at the dictionary earlier, and according to the dictionary definition of building, it says a fixed, permanent structure.
I see where you're going with this. And so, would these buildings remain permanent and fixed if we, for example, launched various different objects at them?
Exactly.
Only one way to find out.
Let's get to it.
Jamie and Adam were able to acquire a water balloon launcher from a local teenage boy, which was perfect for the task.
Let go! Let go!
After determining the correct launching distances and angles, they were ready to get to it.
Here we are at a church, one that calls itself Joyful Spirit. And from the looks of it, it does look like a permanent fixed structure. What do you think, Adam?
I think we need to launch some water balloons at it and find out.
I think that's an awesome way to start. You got some water balloons?
I've just filled them up right now.
Excellent.
Lumpy ground.
Is it holy ground?
Yeah. That was a good one.
All right.
Direct hit! Woo!
Yes. A little bit. This should put us right between the cross and the wedge bar.
Yes! Woo!
Well, Adam, we've had a number of direct hits. The water balloons don't seem to have done much.
Yeah, we had a number of direct hits that clearly hit the church building, and it still seems to be permanent and fixed.
So, does that end our conclusion then, or is there something more we must do?
You know, Jamie, I think we can ramp it up even more, and maybe launch something a little bit more substantial.
Like what?
How about a human cannonball?
You know what? I think you've just volunteered. Okay, we've got all the facts, we've got all the figures. Looks like you're going to go from this spot here right over there. Are you ready for this?
As ready as I'm gonna be. Let's just do it.
1, 2, 3, launch!
I think I'm pretty confident this is a permanent, fixed structure.
Yeah, I got something to show you over here. I noticed something quite interesting. Did you see this plaque? It says 2002. Didn't they say that they've been a church for 15 years?
I think that's right. 15 years. So what does that mean?
So that means they must have been a church before they had the building.
Adam and Jamie did some research to find out just how many churches in Bolingbrook exist without having a building. And the results were shocking.
So Jamie, what did we find?
Well, I was really surprised to find that 15 out of 41 churches here in Bolingbrook do not have any sort of building associated with them.
Wow, 15 out of 41. That's a lot. What is that, about a third?
36.585% to be exact.
So, I think we have to conclude that while some churches are associated with permanent fixed structures, the church itself is more than just a building.
Yes, it does seem that churches can be alive and well without a building.
Well, I think we can safely conclude then that this myth is
Busted!